Ruth, I am your father.
What?
No, it's actually about Mario. Yeah, I think let's just, we're fair enough
So much better. It's so nice to see your face.
Hey, it's been so long. So what is a trusted team? A trusted team is when you're working together with your realtor and your mortgage broker and your lawyer and your architect and your contractors. We're really working together and achieving the best solution for you. And we stick around. We're there after you close the property, right? We're helping you get contractors. We're helping you get architects. We're working with the lawyers. We're working with the mortgage brokers. We're doing all that stuff. We're not leaving you. We're staying with you for your property journey. So a client asked me the other day, why do you stick around? I was like, that's kind of a weird question, but it's kind of stuck with me a little bit. I was like, yeah, well, I guess a lot of people think that, this is a one and done. Like you buy a house and then you're out. But that's not true, and especially for us and the people I work with, we're here for the property journey. We're here through your whole real estate career, let's call it. And so that's why we stick around. I'm here to help you find contractors, to work with the right mortgage brokers, to work with the right lawyers, to work with the right architects, whoever it is, to get the job done so that you're maximizing the next property you buy, and we're thinking about your property journey over years and years and years and how you're going to get up the property ladder. So talking about trusted teams, today we're here with one of my trusted team members, Ruth Akierman. Did I say it right?
You did, yeah.
Ruth is part of our trusted team. And listen, I've been in this business for a while, and through trial and error, I've found the Ruths in different areas of aspects of real estate. And Ruth and I have done a bunch of deals together, and we've been through the fire, I guess.
Yeah,
you could say. So I know she can get it done. I know she would do her absolute best to get projects done. And I know she's also thinking about, that makes me look good because she's doing a great job, we're doing a great job, and together we do a great job. The first question is, Ruth, what is a mortgage broker?
That's a great question. Thanks for having me, Paul.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It's fantastic to see you.
In our amazing studio.
I know, it's great. So as a mortgage broker, I'm here to get you money. Really.
Well, not me money.
Well, get your clients money. One of the great things about working with us is that you've got one credit check, which is fantastic, and we can take it to all the different banks. And speaking of all the different banks and all the different places we can look for money, we do all the legwork for you. So you don't have to do, well, your clients don't have to do it, right?
You meaning your client, meaning my client.
You meaning your clients, yes.
Got it.
So they can spend more time searching for a property that they love, building their financial wealth, and I'm in the background looking for the best rates, the best programs, crunching the numbers. Yeah. And it's funny because, my clients also ask me, our closing is coming up. This will be the last time I talk to you. It's been great. Nice to see you. Right. That's not really the case either. No. I'm in their life for their financial journey as well. And we're going to talk about that, on day one, which is, I think, really important. It's not a transaction. It's their future, right?
And we'll talk about it because it's not just about the rate. It's about the terms.
Correct.
All that other stuff that you
Correct.
get too. Yeah.
In fact, I like to save rate talk a little bit further down the road because I think rate and product is very important. And having the conversation of why. And
people get hung up a little bit on the rate.
They do.
Not thinking about the broader picture. Maybe.
Yeah, or a product. Yeah. What if I locked your client up into a product that they couldn't refinance in the next 3 years?
It's not a good plan.
It's not a good plan.
Well, I guess I like to say it like, think of a bank. You go to the bank and they have four different products that they're offering people for mortgages. And if you don't fit in those products, then you don't fit, right?
Right.
But when you go to a mortgage broker, you're working with a lot of financial institutions.
Right.
And you're trying to see where that person matches into all those different things. So they can get the best terms, the best rate, the best whatever.
Not all lenders are made equal. and not all clients are going to fit into the same program.
Exactly.
So,
All right. So one of the questions clients often ask me is, when should they talk to you? When should they pick up the phone and call Ruth?
as soon as possible.
Short
Yesterday?
answer? Short answer?
Yeah, no, it's really important to give us a call early. We've got a lot of documentation to kind of gather.
Yeah.
And, you know, the truth is, some clients are going to buy today. Some clients are going to buy 2 months from now. Some clients are going to buy 2 years from now. But the faster you get the information to us, we've got you in our data bank. We can be ready to go at any time.
That's true. And I like to tell people buying is a process, right? So part of that process is talking to Ruth, understanding what you can afford, and then we can go shopping and we can narrow down the neighborhoods and types of properties that you can afford.
That's the fun part.
That's the fun part. Yeah. I get the fun part.
You do get the fun parts.
So another question a lot of people ask me, well, one of the things I said I like about you is you explain how things go along. But how long does this process typically take?
Okay, that's a really great question. And I've got kind of a pre-COVID answer, post-COVID answer. Okay, so I would say pre-COVID, Mr. Paul Haley could call me up and introduce me to a client, and I could have a pre-approval done in a matter of a couple days. And if you wanted to close in 2 weeks, I wasn't gasping. Nowadays, okay, we've got a couple factors affecting things. We've got banking fatigue. The people that are working in the banks are working from home, right? They're working from early mornings to late nights. There's not as many people working right now as well. So the banks are a little bit slower. So I would say today, if there is a finance clause, I would like a 5-day finance clause. And if you're closing, I'd like to see a minimum 30-day close. But you can always push me.
I think Rich would say the same thing. I had a 7-day close once.
I have my lawyer's office telling me I'm not taking any more, like we're shut for business unless it's a past November 1st close right now.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
Okay, so there's actually this is a burning question I guess a lot of people have, and there tends to be a lot of confusion about what is actually a pre-approval.
That is a great question because not all lenders are made equal. I've had many a call where a client says, they're pre-approved by their own bank, and then they go shopping with you, and then you send in the deal, and the bank says, oh, no.
Not for that property.
We're trying to figure out why, right? Well, maybe they just have a rate hold. There's a huge difference between a rate hold, I'll hold you up for 120 days, and someone that's actually looking at documentation. So we're docs up front type company, and what that means is I will be asking for all your income documents up front, and I'm not going to ask for anything that I'm not going to need.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I guess at some point before it's actually a deal, you need a property, right?
You do need a property, but I like to prepare clients for, let's say, what is their maximum purchase price? We'll kind of do a fictional property tax. If there's a condo fee, we'll throw one in.
Yeah.
So we're thinking about all the parameters. Sometimes the banks, when they don't do that credit check, they don't know that there's a car payment. They don't know that there's a student loan payment. Like these factors do affect
That's key.
mortgage potential. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And it's not really a firm deal until you have a property, right? Like you can't say.
It's
right?
totally true. So the property is the collateral. That is the collateral that the bank is going to use to lend you those funds. That's where you come into play.
I get the fun part.
Your expertise.
So as a realtor, a lot of times what we'll put in, basically all the time, what we put in the agreement of purchase and sale is we'll have something called a financing condition, which gives Ruth really a certain period of time, usually 5 business days, in which to, make sure that we're going to get the financing, right? So maybe let's talk a little bit about financing conditions and what that means to you.
So we definitely love to have a finance clause in the deal. But as we know, in the Toronto market, sometimes, it would be maybe easier, better that your deal doesn't have one in it. I like to say we're here to mitigate that risk for the client and really prepare them to get in a position to make the decision of whether they're going to pull that finance clause or if they're going to keep it in. Like I said, we're here to mitigate risk. I will tell a client not to take out a finance clause if I really don't think that that's the right way to go.
Yeah.
So.
And that's why you're part of the trusted team.
Yeah.
Right? If you say no, then no, we leave it in.
I don't like to say no too much, Paul.
Yeah.
But I will say no if I really truly believe that a client should have the finance clause in.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I mean, the truth is, it is a competitive market, and sometimes on offer nights that, finance clause or no can make the difference between getting a property and not getting a property.
Yes, and we thoroughly try to go through that with your client for sure.
So another question people often ask me about mortgages is, should I pick a variable rate or should I pick a fixed rate? And I know that really depends on timing, but maybe you can answer that like generally and specifically now what people are saying.
Yeah, so historically, this has always been an age-old question, right?
Yeah.
But historically, the variable rate mortgage, you're going to pay a little bit less interest to the bank. Okay, that's just kind of blanket, right?
Yeah.
But we tailor what direction we're going to go in to your client.
Right.
So what are their needs? What are their risk factors? What are their wants? Are they someone that's, 50 years old that's buying his forever home and probably not going to move in the next 36 to 48 months?
Yeah.
Or do we have a young couple that potentially have bought a condo and this is just their stepping stone into the next property?
Yeah.
We know that breaking a fixed rate mortgage can be more expensive than a variable. So, variable is going to have a little bit more flexibility, but it doesn't work for everybody.
Right. Well, and maybe for investors, because we deal with a lot of investors, you want to lock in your how much you're going to make over the next few years. So maybe fixed is right for you, unless you're going to refi and buy more.
Exactly. So, this is my 20 questions to your clients all the time. I really have to test where their temperaments are. If they're not a risk taker, then we'll just lock you up with fixed. Or, if I've got a couple with a baby on the way, maybe they just want to know exactly what their monthly payments are going to be for the next 5 years, right?
So the answer is it depends.
It does. Sorry.
So another question I get a lot actually from clients when I say talk to Ruth is, what do you charge, Ruth?
That is one of the number one questions I think I have to answer.
Yeah.
And I want to tell 95% of your clients, we don't charge a fee.
Right.
You get my 13 years of experience. You get my underwriters in my office. And you also get the rest of my team inside of our office for really no charge.
And so how do you get paid then?
We get paid by the banks. So, the 5% of clients that I'm saying we have to charge a fee, that's because that financial institution that we have to put their mortgage with will not pay us directly.
Yeah. But, and you would only direct them if that was actually the best choice for them.
Correct.
Yeah.
Or the only choice.
Or
the only choice.
Oftentimes the only choice. So the top 3 things that I like about Ruth, the first one is she answers the phone. Now that might seem very simple, but when you're in the middle of a negotiation, in the middle of deal night, you need someone you can call and say, hey, Ruth, we're thinking of making this offer. What do you think? That's very important when you're buying real estate. So the second thing that I like about Ruth is that she guides my clients through the process. So buying real estate, financing real estate, it can be a complicated, complex process. And Ruth does an amazing job at helping people understand where you're at in the process, what things you need, what decisions you need to make. And that, really just helps me out and helps you out. And the third reason I like Ruth is she's a problem solver. She gets things done. She's not going to say no. She's going to say, hey, okay, I got all your information. Let's figure out the best way to do that. And if Ruth says she'll get you a deal, she will get the deal done. No question.
it really takes a team of people and effort to get these clients from offer to ownership. And the truth is, Paul, Jordan, and his team really make my job easier. And, I make their job easier as well.
You certainly do, Ruth. You certainly do. So in summary, I think what we've been talking a lot about today is working together as a trusted team. As you can tell, Ruth and I really trust each other. We're good friends. What do you think about that?
Well, I love that your clients are part of this trusted team. I think that's a fantastic way to look at things. And, we're going to handle things to make things as seamless as possible for you. You want to just pick up those keys at the end of the day and step into your new home.
Exactly. And real estate, the whole process can be very complex.
Very complex.
We like to make it simple. So I hope you found that hugely helpful. If you have any comments, please leave them in the comment box below. If you like this video, please like it. If you have any questions, please shoot me an email, paul@paulhaley.ca, real estate questions. If you have any mortgage questions,
you can reach me at ruth@outline.ca.
And don't forget to smash that subscribe button so you get updated when we post more content like this. Talk soon. You can do the thumbs up.
Interview with Ruth, take
90.
Bazillion.
90 bazillion.
And the truth is, Paul and Jordan make my job easier,
you want the whole
and I
thing?
make their job easier.
Did I write that?
You did. I was like,
All right, I'm gonna move this light source. It's gonna be different than. Are you?
Oh, that's okay. I'll put it. It's pretty out of frame anyways, but I'll put it right back anyways.
Okay.
Shelly's in the biz. She knows.
She's in the biz.
She knows all this stuff.
You don't want to touch anything. I don't want to make any noise. Right.
There you go.
Bye.
So that was great. And in summary, I think what I want to say is we've been talking about trusted teams, right?
Yeah, so.
I'll do it again.